Hello everybody, my name is Torimo Jori, and in this Toreview, we're going to be talking about the 12th episode of Sousou no Frieren. In this Himmel and Stark focused episode, I'm going to look at everything awesome about this episode. A real hero. Mathematical. I'm going to have to shoot you over a spoiler warning, because Frieren is something you really gotta experience by watching. So if you haven't watched it yet, go do it, now! This episode was amazing. Heed my warning and enjoy this Toreview. We begin this episode with Frieren and pals traveling through the mountains, and Frieren falling asleep in the middle of their trip. Frieren dreams about a conversation with her party, of Himmel telling her about his aspirations of herodom, and gaining the hero's sword. They arrive at the village of the sword, and meet the priestess, a young girl, who guides them through the village. She tells them that the Lord of the Mountain, and Stark regales the others with tales of the hero's sword. Apparently, Frieren promised to visit, but delayed a bit, which led to these 3 generations passing by without her coming. She had promised to aid in slaying monsters, which the party proceeds to do the next day, with the reveal that they are drawn to the sanctuary of the hero's sword by nature. After slaying the so-called Lord of the Mountain, it is revealed that Himmel was never able to pull the hero's sword from the stone. Later, as they travel on, it is revealed to be Stark's birthday. Frieren plans to give him a potion that disintegrates clothes, but Fern disapproves strongly. Fern goes out to look for Stark, finding the people he has helped instead. She finds him cloud-gazing, finding childish shapes in them. Stark tells Fern about his childhood, and we get a glimpse into his past of growing up in a tough village of warriors with a supportive older brother to aid him. Then we find out he ran away from his village when it was attacked by monsters. Frieren makes everyone some hamburg steaks for dinner, and the episode ends with Frieren trying to offer Stark a clothing disintegration potion again, but to no avail. In this episode, a bit more of Stark's backstory gets revealed. His home was that of warriors, honorable and proficient, and his brother was the epitome of this. However, it is shown through his not caring of the mud Stark got on his pure white cloak that he did truly care for his brother. In the end, when monsters attacked his village, he ran, seeing himself as a coward, despite his older brother even telling him to save himself. When Frieren makes him hamburg steak, it is a recognition of a warrior tradition, just like Eisen had done before him. The only thing Stark still has from his village and from his mentor, besides his skills. The most poignant part of this episode, in my opinion, was the reveal that Himmel was not the prophesized hero, the one destined to save the world. He could not pull the sword from the stone. This is an incredibly impactful scene, as it shows that although Himmel was disappointed, he still strived to save the world, and in the end, did really defeat the Demon King. It didn't matter whether the prophecy came true for him or not, he would still fulfill it no matter what. Now, we didn't get to see Stark try to pull the sword out, but I would be interested in the results. Another theory is that the sword is enchanted to never be pulled, as a true hero would not give up after failure such as that. Unfortunately, we'll probably never know. Of course, along with almost every episode of Frieren, we have some humor. Fern calling Stark a pervert for wanting to hold Frieren is pretty uncalled for, not gonna lie. Eisen and Himmel bantering over their past, calling Eisen a brat is pretty silly. But the wise priestess of the village turning out to be a little girl is pretty cute. Stark gazing pensively at the clouds, only to say that they look like poop or boobs, is quite amusing as well. And Fern's denial of Stark's birthday gift, after asking him to choose, nonetheless, is pretty funny as well. The only real action we get to see in this episode is a little bit of the Lord of the Mountains, and it's pretty good. He went like whoosh onto Stark, then Frieren and Fern flew around a little, and then kablammo, the Lord is gone. It was a pretty nice little fight. Well, that was episode 12 of Sousou no Frieren. I'll be back here for the 13th episode, and it's gonna be great. We'll be moving on to other lands. Get back here when I post that, and I'll see you later.